In the 9D notes, we're going to be graphing quadratic equations or functions. So we're going to start off talking about what the standard form is. So you've seen it before. Think for a minute to see if you remember what it looks like. And there it is. F of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. When we graph this in its many different forms, what's going to result is a shape that looks like this, and it is called a parabola. In the parabola, it will have either, as it does in this case, a low point, or if it's shaped going this direction, it will have a high point, and that point is called the vertex. So this is an ordered pair. And typically it's referred to, rather than x and y, it's referred to with an h and a k, which is going to be either the low point or the high point on the parabola. So we'll point right here and we'll put that this is the vertex. The axis or line of symmetry is the line that it's a vertical line that crosses through the vertex. So I'll write that vertical line passing through the vertex. So we'll write that here. This is the axis of symmetry. We can talk about the concavity of our parabola. This one you can see opens up, and one that is flipped over and looks like this, we'd say opens down. So we'll either say that it opens up in the case of it looking like this, or it opens down in this case right there. Some other attributes of parabolas: they will have often x-intercepts. So the x-intercepts, here's your x-axis right here. This would have an x. This would have a y or f of x on there. These are our x-intercepts. So the points where the parabola crosses the x-axis. So points where parabola crosses the x-axis. Sometimes there's two, sometimes there's one, and sometimes there might be none, just depending. Remember that when we talk about the domain, it's the values that our function, the x values that our function can take on. We don't have arrows here, but typically we'd have arrows. And we know that we can plug in x values continuing to the left and also continuing to the right. So the domain on this is going to be all real numbers. So remember that the domain are the possible x values. And in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and put the capital R because it will be all real numbers. And the range are going to be the y values of the function. And in this case, you can see that not all y values are possible. There are no y values down here. So the y values start here and go up. So not really mentioned on our list here is this point right there. And that's the point where our parabola crosses the y-axis. And so that's called the y-intercept. So these will have ordered pairs. We'll call them R1, 0, and R sub 2, 0. And we'll call this 0, B. Not important, just need to realize that they both are ordered pairs and have both an x and a y value.